Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of sourcing every single day at the bins for a week. So if you missed yesterday's video, that's day 1. I am posting these back to back.
Hey guys, it's me, Future Riley, and I am coming in to let you know this video series did not go as planned. So I have all 5 vlog days filmed. Number 1 is up on the channel. This is video number 2, and then I have 3 more, because it was a thrift with me every single day of the week at the bins to see if I could be a wholesaler. Quick spoiler, I have determined I cannot be a wholesaler. I just simply cannot find enough items at my bins location to wholesale, and that's why I did this experiment, was to figure it out. However, the reason I am coming in to talk to you guys is because my original intention for this series was to post all 5 days back to back. I wanted you guys to have a video every single day of the week, and that did not happen. For some reason, I thought I was going to be able to go to the bins every single day of the week, thrift enough inventory to wholesale every single day, go to Once Upon a Child, come home, edit the footage I filmed, post it the next day, and also package up all the items that I had purchased to wholesale. Guess what? That was just way too much. I need like 48 hours to do that minimum. So I'm just coming in to say, if you were interested in the wholesale, thank you, but unfortunately it's not going to work out for me. I do have one person I'll probably be working with in the future, so maybe just like 1 wholesale box on a monthly basis, but I'm just going to be a regular reseller. I am still going to be posting these vlogs I filmed. I'm just going to be posting on my regular schedule. So you're seeing this on Tuesday, and then you'll see number 3 on Friday. So Tuesday, Friday videos until all of them are posted, and then we will go back to regular content, whether that's bins hauls or what's sold. I do need to do an October video actually, so maybe that will be in between these videos. Doesn't matter. The update is I'm not a wholesaler. It's not possible for me at this moment. Sorry, I missed posting last week. I got overwhelmed, and we're going back to the regular schedule now. Okay, enjoy the video.
All the information of why I'm doing this, that's all in the first video, but quick explanation. I'm going to the bins and Once Upon a Child, gotta go sell my stuff, so that's actually where I'm headed now. And I am getting stuff to wholesale to people, to wholesale to other resellers, and I am doing this because, short answer, I want to go back to South Korea, and I need to save up a lot of money to do that, to pay for expenses here and there while I'm gone. And instead of, trying to list everything I source in a day, which would just be impossible for me because I'm a slow lister, I am going to try wholesaling. So I've already sold 1 box and it went well. I have another box packed up, and then I have the stuff in my car, you just can't really see it, from yesterday, and I gotta get that packed up. Now I am juggling with trying to go to the bins every day and still do daily tasks. So luckily I just did everything I'd normally want to do earlier in the day today. I normally like to go to yoga in the evening, but I made time for yoga in the afternoon, and I also made time to go to the farmer's market. And of course Olive got her daily walk, well, one of her daily walks. That is not something I'm willing to cut out, and I am eating my first meal of the day in my car to the bins. It is actually 2:30. Ooh, sunny. And so I was trying to get out the door really fast because I do not want to get stuck in rush hour traffic, because last week I got stuck in rush hour traffic because I am 30 minutes away from the bins, and so rush hour traffic makes it like 50 minutes. So I got all my tasks done, including my shipping for the day, and tomorrow I'm not planning to do shipping, so hopefully it will be a little easier to get to the bins earlier. But we're not at tomorrow yet. We're on Wednesday today. So I'm hoping to find some good stuff to wholesale, and also a lot more kids clothes, because I'm almost out of kids clothes to take to Once Upon a Child. They've been buying so much. Oh, that's the other thing. So I'll drop this bin off, and at the end of the video I'll tally up how much cash I have made selling to Once Upon a Child. Yesterday was $71.50. Today I would love another 60 to 70 bucks, but I feel like my tote's a little emptier than normal. My goal for the month of October is to make $1,000 cash selling to Once Upon a Child, so I hope I can do it. Guys, it is so full in there. They have like 20 bins, and she told me it's probably not going to get done today, and it's only 2:30 and they close at 8, so I guess it's a good thing I'm coming back out tomorrow. We made it to the bins, and we have to get a cart because there's probably not any inside. Oh, there's a bee in this one. Well, I want a big one anyway. Guys, my body is so sore from, I took a week off yoga because I got sick, and then so I went to yoga again for the first time Monday. Yesterday I was at the bins and that made my body tired. Now I did hot yoga today and I'm going to the bins again and I am sore. Day 2. So walking into the bins on Wednesday, day 2 of thrifting to be a full-time wholesaler, and I started shopping right in the clothes when I got there, hoping to find some good pieces. I went to this first bin over here and I saw that big poofy thing, and I had found, well, I guess first I looked at this Super Dry piece. Do you guys know where Super Dry is sold? Is it like its own brand? I don't know. I've looked it up before and I don't think it's worth reselling, but that piece had flaws. So I found a Sherry Hill dress in the bins a couple months back that was the exact same colors of that dress. So when I saw it, I was like, ooh, could it maybe be Sherry Hill? But it wasn't, and it had a big stain on it anyway, or else maybe I would have looked it up. As you can see, all the people over here are lining up for a new bin rotation, so I was walking back there thinking maybe I'll go shop in those bins once they clear out a little, and in a bin near that I found this New with Tags Cat and Jack dress, which is perfect for Once Upon a Child. And then I found this, which also appeared to be New with Tags, but it wasn't. It was actually a half off sticker from Crossroads, which is pretty funny. Goodwill apparently thought it was new because they had it priced at $13, and I was like, should I buy this and take it back to Crossroads? But it looked like it had a faint stain on the front and it got marked down to half off for them, which means it did not sell fast. So I did leave that piece behind, and here I'm just looking for some kids clothes to take to Once Upon a Child. And this brand is actually a brand I've heard is good. It's from the brand Primary. And by good, I mean it's a children's brand that you could potentially resell yourself. Unfortunately, that piece had a little stain right on the center chest. If it was somewhere else, like a sleeve or the hem, I probably would have grabbed it to give it a try. But the center chest is something I'll pass on. Now, a lot of you ask me, how do I make so much money selling things to Once Upon a Child? And every location's different, but my biggest tip is the clothes you pick up have to be in 100% perfect condition, no flaws. I'll sometimes grab things with like slight pilling, but that's like the max. So you really have to go over the pieces you take to Once Upon a Child like it's something you're going to be selling yourself, or potentially even better, because I'll sell things with flaws, but I cannot take things with flaws to Once Upon a Child. Here I pulled out a piece with some beautiful embroidery, and not just like the embroidery being beautiful, but the color. I love the color of this embroidery. So I feel like this could be like a traditional Mexican piece, but I'm not sure. I didn't find any tags on the interior, but since it was such a beautiful piece, I decided to grab it and try it at Crossroads Buffalo Exchange. I don't know if they'll buy it. If you have any insight as to what this top may be called, if it is like a traditional Mexican piece, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. So here I'm looking over this Old Navy sweater for Once Upon a Child. It seemed to be in good condition, so I threw it in my cart, but I usually do another once over check on all the pieces. Here's another piece, Cat and Jack, one of my favorite brands to take to Once Upon a Child. And as you can see there, I'm trying to wipe off a spot on the front, and I thought I got it off, but when I was doing my once over later, I realized that it was still there, so I threw it back. I'll probably sell this Mini Boda piece myself, but if you don't like selling kids clothes and you take Mini Boda and Hannah Anderson, like Peak, T Collection, those brands to Once Upon a Child, they will pay you more than for Cat and Jack and Old Navy. And as you saw in that clip, the people started going crazy, digging in the bins, and so I'll let them do their thing, and then I'll move over there as soon as they start to move out, which is for most of the people, because a lot of them are the t-shirt bros who just go over there and kind of throw things around. They'll probably leave after like 3 minutes, especially when Goodwill rotates bins back to back.
I was on my way over to the shoes and somebody left this cute sweater, girl sweater, Jessica Simpson, right laying on top of a bin. Checked over, it was in good shape, so I threw it in my cart for Once Upon a Child. And then I found this blue fuzzy sweater. Now this is something that I'll take to Once Upon a Child with a little bit of wear, because these types of fabric do just get a little bit of wear as long as nothing is stuck in it or it's too matted. So that one was in generally good condition, so I did grab that piece for Once Upon a Child as well. And I will say, almost always brand does not matter for Once Upon a Child. If they're more expensive brands, they will pay you more, but I love taking them Old Navy and Cat and Jack, and even like Marshall's brands. I will avoid most Walmart brands unless they're in very good condition or a very cute style. So obviously we're in the shoes now, and honestly it was a pretty crappy shoe day, which was not a big problem because, as I said in the previous video, if I'm trying to go to the bins every single day of the week, I cannot bring home like 20 to 30 pairs of shoes a day for myself to process, because that just won't get done. Do you remember the last video I said I found a single dock in that color? Well, that was also a single, so I think potentially maybe those were matches, I don't know, but it was the day before, and so I did not grab that single dock. And this day, that one was just in rough shape. So I found these REI Co-op boots, and these were pretty cool. I think they're hiking shoes. They only had a little bit of wear on the inside heels, so I did grab those. And then when I looked at the size later, I realized they're a youth size. So I do think that I will list them under youth and then also convert the size to whatever the equivalent women's size is, whether it's like a 6 to an 8. That's usually kind of how it goes with bigger youth sizes. I noted in the listing, and they do sometimes sell in the adult women's size instead of the youth size. I actually sold a pair of bogs recently that way. So I probably could have found a couple more pairs of shoes if I had spent longer digging, touching every single pair of shoes. But since I was not there for shoes, I was there for clothes to wholesale. I left pretty soon after this with my one pair of REI Co-op boots, and I went to go check out the new bins. So these are the bins. As you can see, everybody's cleared out. Here's my little haul so far, and I started digging in the bins that were most recently rotated after everybody left. So I saw this girl's coat and I was thinking, ooh, I could take this to Once Upon a Child, but I think it had a little too much wear. I can not take them coats with any sort of wear, like dirt on them. I grabbed a coat that had a little bit of like schmutz on the hood, and they passed on it. I brought it to them twice, and both times they passed on it. So again, those items have to be in really good condition, which can be hard at the bins because, as we know, stuff goes to the bins because it's in crappy condition a lot of the time. I put my phone away for a while because I wasn't finding anything, and then finally in some old bins I found this Florite piece, which is an Anthropologie brand. They do a lot of embroidered floral boho pieces. I did grab this piece, and I don't know if Anthropologie still makes that brand, but I'd say, you know, if it's a notable, heavily embroidered or beaded piece, it will still do well. So I did grab that. And then I found this sweater, which I grabbed for buy sell trade. It does need a little bit of a sweater shave, but they love vintage sweaters, so I figured I would put in 5 minutes for them to pay me like $12 for that. And then the bins that I was digging in, they actually decided to rotate. So then I lined up for this new rotation, and I found a few things. I found this Anthropologie dress, which was absolutely beautiful. It was at Goodwill and no one ever bought it. And I think it was even like reasonably priced at Goodwill, like not priced up. So I did grab that Anthro dress. Here are some Levi's, but I'm assuming they have some wear or something. Yep, right there. So left those behind. I will pick up Levi's. I think people say Levi's don't do well anymore, but I think they are saying that in the sense that some styles could sell for like $50 and up. But I am a seller who often sells things from $20 to $30, and Levi's fit in that category, so I do pick up Levi's. That was a cool sweatshirt, but I think somebody made a self-alteration to the center seam or not the center seam, they added a center seam to the sweatshirt, so I left that behind, or else I might have grabbed it for buy sell trade. And I always pull out the cutest Target and Old Navy pieces anytime I see something adorable. I'm like, it's Target because it's adorable, and it's always like universal thread from Target. I did find that little girl's Old Navy piece for Once Upon a Child, and then I found this Long Tall Sally new with tags piece. I haven't sold Long Tall Sally in a while, but since it was new with tags, I did decide to grab it. I'm sorry this video is getting to you guys later than my normal posting schedule. I really thought somehow I was going to be able to go to the bins every single day of the week and get a video up every single day of the week, because that's how I originally wanted to post the series, was like one day delayed with the thrifting content every day back to back to back, and that did not happen. I got so overwhelmed, and so now we are definitely behind, but I'm still getting these thrifting videos out for you guys, so they should be coming, just not as fast as I originally intended. I think I grabbed this Cat and Jack piece for Once Upon a Child. Funny thing, I am actually wearing this Halloween sweater tonight to a Halloween party, so I'll throw a picture in here of me wearing it if I have one. And if I was not going to wear that Halloween sweater to the Halloween party, I probably would have taken it to buy, sell, trade if I could get it there in time for Halloween. That dress felt interesting, but the brand tag was cut out, so I passed it. Not finding much else in this bin, I was getting ready to leave, and then I saw this piece. It had an Intimately Free People tag, not my favorite Free People line, but I pulled it out to look at it, and it didn't matter because it had holes in it, so no debate there, just threw that back. Then this looked interesting, AYA, and to me it seemed like it was flawed because the way the person had that pinned, but I googled it anyway, and it is a very high retail brand, so I did grab this. I unpinned it, and as you can see, the cinching is undone, so I think I will try to re-cinch that and sell it and hopefully make some money. We are still shopping in the new rotation here. I just went to a different area and I found this Zara piece. It is a tie-dye maxi dress. I have mixed luck with Zara. If this was in season, I probably would try it at buy, sell, trade first. But since it's not in season, this is a piece that I would wholesale or sell myself. And since we've established I'm not going to be wholesaling, that will likely get posted myself. I pulled out this Zara piece, but it was the older tag and I didn't like the style, so I threw it back, and then this looked exciting, so I pulled it out, and it is Rami Brook. That is a very high retail brand. Unfortunately, I don't think it resells the best, but I still pick it up because it does have such a high retail. And those cords were Shein. I just wish people would stop shopping at Shein so the thrift stores and the bins wouldn't be littered with Shein. My life would be so much better if that store didn't exist. I have about an hour until close, and it takes me forever to sort my cart, but of course, instead of sorting, I went over to some different bins. These bins had been rotated before the ones that I was just shopping. This brand I was unfamiliar with, Reserved, and it looked ugly, so I left it. And then I pulled out this piece. This bin actually had some really good pieces in it, so I'm super glad that I went over there instead of sorting my cart. This is Daily Practice, which is an Anthropologie brand. I have only found it actually in the bins before, maybe once at Goodwill. Price too high to resell. There was my quick cart check. As you see, I definitely need like a full hour to sort all that stuff, but I decided to keep shopping. That was a cabbie piece. I think I left it behind because it was stained, and then I pulled out my first time ever finding in the bins, Farm Rio. Amazing. Now, unfortunately, as I was going over it, I noticed a lot of flaws. First, it needs to be thrown in the wash because it has some schmutz on it. That should come out and be fine. It does have definitely some runs in the fabric, and then I also noticed some missing beads on one sleeve cuff, so it's pretty heavily flawed. My original thought process for this piece was, okay, since I have to clean it up and it's pretty heavily flawed, I can't send this to someone in wholesale. And then I was thinking, oh, you know what, maybe I'll offer it to my sister because she loves Farm Rio, but it's a little too small for her, so I'll still see if she wants it. But if she doesn't want it, then I will list it on Poshmark, and obviously price according to flaws. I found this pair of little kids Old Navy jeans, and I had to check them over for flaws, and unfortunately found flaws. I think maybe the knees were just a little too worn. Again, I am very picky with what I take to Once Upon a Child because if they pass on it, I'm stuck with it and really just have to redonate it. Then I was lucky and pulled out this Alice and Olivia dress. This bin, I think, had a lot of stuff from a sale because a lot of them had those little tags on them, and there were definitely a few good pieces, and this being one of the best ones. Alice and Olivia, in my opinion, is honestly, their styles are outdated. I was literally just at the mall. Here's that little tag I was talking about. So a lot of stuff I think came from that sale. I was at the mall and I felt like a lot of their stuff looked like it was 10 years old, but it's still popular. I love this brand, Nation Ltd. This is just a plain tank top, and that's kind of what they do, is like high-end basics. So I love finding that brand. And then I did find another one, a white one. Unfortunately, the white one had stains, so I had to throw the white one back. And actually that black one I pulled out did have a stain as well, but it was on the hem, so I decided to grab it anyway. And here I am just finding a few kids pieces for Once Upon a Child. Again, like anytime I pull out a kids piece, it's just like pulling a dollar bill out of the bins, which is fantastic because I take them a tote of kids clothes and get 80 bucks. Then I pulled out this bra in Victoria's Secret pink. It's probably like one of my least favorite bra brands to pick up, and this one I actually didn't notice. It has removable straps and it was missing a strap, but I just threw the one strap it had back into the bin and grabbed it to sell as a strapless bra. Just finished up in Goodwill. I already put the stuff in my car. I forgot to vlog my cart because my brain is just not working at 100%. My body is tired. Let me see how long I've been shopping. It looks like somebody lost a shoe. That will be a bummer when they get home. All right, I was shopping for 3.5 hours. And actually today feels like a lot longer. I feel like I was there all day. My body is so tired. But I did not get my call from Once Upon a Child yet. So I'm going to head home and I guess I'll go pick up my bin tomorrow, or like my payment tomorrow on my way to the bins, and I'll also drop off a bin there. So the total for Once Upon a Child for day 2 is still at $71.50. So hopefully tomorrow will be double. I'm curious if they're going to start getting super backed up. That would be unfortunate because I've never had to drop anything off overnight before. They've always been pretty good about getting it to me. So and the plan for the rest of the night, go home, walk Olive, and then I think I'm going to need to start packing some wholesale boxes. I don't know if I'll get to listing anything today, but I haven't gotten anything listed today. So guys, that Farm Rio dress, super happy to find it. It's super damaged. It's missing buttons. It's got marks all over it, snags. I'm probably going to offer it to my sister. I don't know if it will fit her. And if not, I'll probably wash it and then just throw it up on Poshmark for 20 bucks. But hey, still fun to find. I'm, as I said, still planning to go tomorrow, day 3. This is going to be my first time ever going to the bins 3 days in a row. I've only ever done back to back. So setting a new record already with 3 days in a row tomorrow. So watch out for tomorrow's video. That will be day 3 going to the Goodwill Outlet. Okay, bye guys.